I have said it several times already, and I will say it again. I do not want to go back to Rimmergan's realm. Once is enough for the god of entropy, bad luck, and everything else bad one can think of. Why do people worship such a god? I see no redeeming qualities there, unless one just wants to give up on existence, but then what's the point? We live our lives and die for our souls to go back to the wheel where they are given new lives to incarnate in. What point is there not for our souls to experience life in all ways and to better ourselves? That is at least how I look at it, but to have one's soul destroyed because I cannot think of a good reason for it. So I don't believe there is, unless that person and or soul is unstable and mentally unsound. Regardless, I am just happy to have survived it. That we survived it, all of us. That creature that was shepherding souls with a lantern like the one Shoti has was one of the tougher fights that we have engaged in, but thankfully, we won in the end. Anyway, we are back, and we have the Temple of Gaun and the Dawnstars to find. Okay, we're here in the Temple of Berath, and I think I got a little hurt in that fight. No, it just feels like it. I just feel shocked when we went into Rimmergrand's domain. Ugh, never want to repeat that again. So I'll speak to the High Priest, Lo. An alien Amoa priest regards my approach with curiosity. He coughs into a sleeve stained with the spatter of silvery flecks.
Come closer to the altar. Come inside. The temple welcomes all to worship, most especially you.
Because I'm Berath's chosen. The priest peers knowingly at the center of my chest, lips curving an ardent smile, hands trembling. He touches a length of chain around his neck.
I ask only for no talking, not until we pay our respects to Berath, to Rikuhu. Let us pray.
I take it Rikuhu is the Huana Berath? Many Huana worship Berath as Rikuhu, the twin eel god that represents the cyclic connection between otherworld and underworld, overworld and underworld, life and death. Rikuhu is often depicted with the two constituent eels, Kohopa, representing the overworld and life, and Tangoloa, who represents underworld and death, devouring one another by the tail. He bows his head.
Silent prayer? Where are the songs, I say? Did you learn this from Valians?
Again, I ask that you please fall silent for prayer.
Takehu. I bow my head.
Deity of life and death, the endless devourer who encompasses all existence, hear this prayer, this voice chiming. I beseech you, Kohopa and Tangaloa, to ready this shell for sucking. Purify my soul in preparation for the coming of the next cycle.
Oh. Ready the shell for shucking, huh?
Digest all of my devotion. Swallow my sorrows, even the smallest swell, so I can be spit on the morrow. And Rikuhu, Berath, my god and goddess both, the eels that churn in ceaseless cycle, the new and the next, and
from life to death to life again, blessed be an end. Nodding fervently, he accepts my ending to the invocation. He presses his hands over the center of his chest, touching the item tucked beneath his shirt. Then raising his head, he cracks a frail smile.
All right. I will address your inquiries best as I can. So ask.
What was that about preparing your soul for shucking?
End of the turn. I'm nearing it. Been working hard, preparing for weeks. You know, to die.
Okay, I can understand that, but alright.
But first, I've got to leave guidance for my apprentice, the next in the cycle, chosen to lead.
He sweeps a hand towards the stone tombs piled across the floor. So you're dying.
Been wasting away for months. Can't say it's been easy, dying so soon. I thought about stopping a few times.
Why would you want to die soon?
Maybe you can see. I'm no death godlike. Berath bestowed not one in my generation with a chime. Not the next, neither. A flawed messenger like me can't open the crypts. So my best chance is to die.
So why don't you tell me from the Huana perspective? This is the Temple of Berath, right? So who's Rikuhu, Kahopa, and Tangaloa?
The same. Your word, Berath. Our word, Rikuhu. We worship the twin deal. The cyclic connection of the overworld and the underworld. Life and death. Life is Kahopa, and Tangaloa is death. Born starving, they devoured all living things, swelling larger each. When they'd swallowed all of existence, they tried to eat each other next. Now all things pass through their entrails. The end of one enters the mouth of the next, from the underworld to the overworld and back. Again and again.
Tell me about the writing on these tomes.
Liturgies. Instructions for ritual preparations. When and how. Sermons. Some histories, too.
His fingers trail carefully across the stone, as craggy as his skin.
All of this, it's our knowledge as gleaned through centuries of service. Now, I've got to leave it all behind for the next disciple.
Impressive altar. What else can this temple boast?
Under the temple, carved in the mountain's caverns, lies an extraordinary maze of catacombs. So I've read. They're the hanging sepulchres, burial place for ancient Huana chieftains.
I see.
The bodies are protected by Berath's best, roaming, always. Plus, the ways sealed by the deity itself.
His words catch in his throat, and he curves forward in a spine-racking fit, hacking until he's flush-faced. Fumbling a goatskin flask to his lips, he drinks until minnow silver liquid dribbles over and slicks his chin.
Better.
He wheezes, wiping a palm over his chin.
The timing's getting tighter. And there is one thing before the end. Something only one touched by Berath can do.
No. So, you covered something in the catacombs, the ones you can't access because you lacked Berath's chime.
That's right. I've got no hope, but you do.
He tugs at a chain about his neck.
My eels, my infinity coil keeps rattling. Pendants resonating with your chime.
Really? The priest presses the palm of his hand to the front of his chest. He stares, scrutinizing my face. He shakes his head, disappointed.
The coil resonates, but it's weak. You could unseal the way, but you'd die inside, I think. My chance would be lost then. Lost with your remains. Not just anyone can escape the hanging sepulchres. Alive.
Kith bearing Berath's chime are rare. This may be the only chance you get.
My time's waning fast. Right you are on that.
He sighs, wavers on his feet. He releases the grip on the pendant with a feeble nod.
I'd best not let this chance pass. There's a sacred text. The eulogy to Isaiah. It's been buried in the catacombs beneath the temple for centuries, next to his champions. I need it. Of course, the tombs, they only open to the dead, or those bearing Berath's chime.
I'll get the eulogy for you if you let me into the hanging sepulchres.
I prayed for decades, night to day and night again. Now, here you are, just in time. Means Berath sent you to see to my success.
You think so, huh? The priest bobs his head. From beneath his shirt, he untucks a stone-carved circlet in the image of an eel. The pendant vibrates on the length of its chain, thrumming harder the closer he holds it to me.
You're my best chance. Or only, maybe. Take the coil. It'll open the crypts. Bring me Isaiah's eulogy, and I'll teach you all I know of Berath's arcana.
You mentioned something about undead in the catacombs?
The dead, with their souls, they roam still. The ones who were chosen by Berath. Not everyone's born so blessed. Sometimes, instead, you've got to die for it.
Okay, but I still have more questions about Isaiah and the catacombs beneath his temple.
I'll tell you what I can.
What's the story with Isaiah?
He's no Juana, nor a death godlike neither, but he was a high priest of Berath. His hair was a Diran, a hunter, chasing the undead 200 years ago. Read somewhere, one tome, he sailed to the Deadfire for a weapon, abhorrent to Berath. Said the blade held a power most fearful.
The priest's face flushes with fervency. His voice rises in volume as he speaks until his breath catches, and he doubles over into a hacking fit.
Isaiah fought hard for it, won the blade, but suffered grievous wounds.
I don't want the same to happen to us. You alright there? Suppose not, you are dying.
Berath kept him alive till he could make it to the temple's catacombs. His champions were the ones who wrote his eulogy. Later, they were buried in the sepulchres too.
How do I enter the catacombs under the temple?
You've got to go outside, on the lower walkway. Doors sealed up tight, though. Priests before me, all death godlikes could open it. Door requires a coil, resonating with Berath's chime. But I haven't met a death godlike in my time.
Oh. I'd like to know more about the hanging sepulchres.
They're from the long-forgotten time, when there was only Juana living in the mountain. They got carved in even before the temple sprung up. Before there was Nekataka or a queen. They're well guarded, because not all of Berath's dead like to rest in their graves.
I think I've heard enough for now.
All right. I will address your inquiries best as I can. So ask.
Farewell. I think that's everything. I'm not sure if this is the best idea. I look at my notes. You know, I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking I will put this off for now. I'm not the best fighter yet. That just seems exceedingly dangerous. Berath's best? Yeah. That might be beyond us for the moment, but we will return as soon as we can. You can't ask something of us for all 5 of us to go into our doom just for him to go see Berath in the afterlife. I don't quite believe that's how it works. All of us go to the wheel, do we not?
So scary.
You're giving Ishi a weird look. What did he do?
I'm not giving him a weird look. He's giving me a weird look.
Yourself?
Okay.
I'm telling you, you just have to aim for the eyes.
Well, I suppose one of these places would be the Hanging Sepulchres. Probably. Let's just go see. I'm not going in there, though. Only one of Berath's chosen could open it, so he said. The wind whips violently along the cliffs below, carrying the sound of rustling trees with them. What's this? Pox cap, some mushrooms. Robe and medical supplies for our ship. What's this branch? This tree, its roots digging deep into rock and bricks, hangs over the ledge of this precipice. Below, an open tomb clings to the sheer walls of the cliff. Peer over the precipice. The precipice drops hundreds of feet into the lower districts of Netkitaka. Strong winds assail the cliff, whistling as they crash against the rocks. A few yards below, the ledge of an open tomb rests on them. Oh. Yeah, I swear I did get hurt, actually. I don't know if we want to go to an open tomb. There looks like down here somewhere. I don't know if we're ready for that. But anyways, we came here to find the chosen of the Dawnstars. Dawnstars chosen. Temple of Magran. Road south. Merchant. Temple of Gaun. That's probably where they'd be. This way. Ratiti route. River Reed.
Gaun, shed light upon my path.
Okay, let's go in the Temple of Gaun. Oh, a little dark in here. I don't know who these people are.
So it is you. I could not think of a reason why your ghost should haunt the Deadfire, save to haunt me. And that smacks of arrogance.
He smiles crookedly at me, something which causes the soldier behind him to regard me with bemused curiosity. I don't know who you are.
Sister.
Oh, Adaric turns to Shoti, bowing his head. Blushing, Shoti tries not to preen. Takehu grins and pats down a nest of his writhing hair. The faint trace of a smile forms on Adar's lips. He gestures and the soldier turns away. He steps in closer towards me, as if to share a conspiratorial whisper, but I notice that he is looking elsewhere, behind me, around me.
Another collection of spirits? The rumor was that Kat Nua was destroyed, and you with it. I was sorry to hear it.
I was dead, but Berath brought me back.
The gods have a purpose for you. That much has always been clear.
Adaric seems to be speaking entirely in earnest. There is a trace of envy in his voice.
When the priest spoke of Aethys' return, I volunteered to come, along with a few of my men. I think the Morning Council was content to have me out of the way. That's putting it all very simply. But then, I suspect few of us have simple reasons for coming to the Deadfire.
I don't quite remember him, but he seems to remember me. He regards me expectantly. What news of Ried Saris?
Each missive from the Deadfire raises new tumult. Some believe our Lord restored, while others doubt. We've done penance for many long years. None of us know what forgiveness ought to look like.
It doesn't seem like Aethys has his mind on forgiveness these days.
Sorry, Derek. I lost your sword along with my castle.
That sword was only meant to keep you alive through your ordeal. It's fulfilled its purpose.
Still fretting about your watcher abilities? Derek's jaws tenses, and he looks away, shifting uncomfortably.
I don't know. I came here on a pilgrimage of a kind. Nekataka is full of spirits. And the sea, where to begin?
Self-loathing is a blight on the soul, Adaric. Don't make your journey through hell darker than it has to be.
Tekehu grins and pats down a nest of his wreathing hair.
You're right, of course, sister.
Derek stands up a little straighter, as if scolded. He shifts uncomfortably, his gaunt face drawn.
You are a watcher still, yet you are neither mad nor killed. It's good to see.
I found the man behind my awakening and put my past lives to rest.
The cure you sought, and which I was weak enough to doubt. See, there. Determination will win out every time. And now you are on to new challenges.
Yes, I'm tracking down Aethys.
So, his appearance has renewed your faith as well. I think for once I am content to wait. If our God wishes to speak with us, wishes anything of us, he will give us a sign. The priests pray daily for it.
What do you want from Aethys, Adark?
I would know if he has a plan for Ried Saris.
Okay.
Seemed to remember he already had one. Just wasn't any good.
Yes, play the jealous child. All you knew of his plan was that you weren't part of it.
Aethys had something he wanted to get done, and he chose Ried Saris to pay the price. Yet here you are, begging for more.
That's a good point.
Say what you want about dear Woodens, but at least they got a will of their own.
There's no sense picking over old wounds.
You're right. That was uncalled for. I apologize.
Adark takes a step back, red-faced. Alright, well, see you around, Adark.
Take care, and may the shining God light your way.
I've got it.
Obsidian Flake? Oh, I don't think they'll miss that. Not like it's stealing or anything.
Gaun hears your prayers, surely as I do.
Offerings of fruit, bread, and even wine have been set here for the temple. Well, this would seem to be the Dawnstars, is it not? Who's this? Gaun, we are your faithful servants. Are you Sewen? I've come looking for you. As I approached, a wood elf straightens over an altar to Gaun. Her robes mark her as a high priestess. She arches and cracks her back loudly, a satisfied grin spreading across her face soon after.
Jody, I do hope you are not getting into trouble now.
Who, me? No, I wouldn't dream of it.
Adair points affably in approval. Tekehu's lips curve in an approving smirk. She smiles at the sight of a stranger. You're the high priestess of this temple?
Do swine stink like shit?
She hits me with a toothy smile, eyes glittering with amusement.
I'm guessing you're not here to worship. Then what can I do for you?
I'm hoping the children of the Dawnstars can help with the Reparo's food shortage. She dips her head, considering.
We tried. Shipped some shares for charity. God, it's nearly 2 years back. Had the means to do some real good. But the guards wouldn't have it. Sent it all to the palace to be shared out, proper-like. Never did see it again.
Well, that's ridiculous. And what if I can ensure it would reach the Ruparu?
Of course. We'd be glad to lend a hand. But how'll you see our shares reach the Ruparu this time? What makes you think it'll work now when it didn't then?
I'll work to gain an audience with the Queen and petition her to allow your charity.
All right. You wind up in the good graces of the Kahanga Royals, you get them to see the light, and I'll get you our food.
Sounds good. But hold on.
It is the light that has led you here.
You must be getting a lot of people in here these days.
Oh, yes. People are afraid, angry. Change can be frightening. But what did any of us come here for, if not a new beginning?
Doesn't this place get a little damp?
No more than anywhere else. No sense fighting it. The water sustains our faith, surely as it does these trees.
You are devotees of Gaun? What about Aethys's other manifestations?
Gaun's the only one that matters.
Shoti scoffs. Takehu's lips curve in an approving smirk. Sewin shuts her eyes, exhales sharply, and then opens them again to regard me with a patient smile.
The shining god's got many faces, but they're all his to wear. Divine King Widewind, he saw the Dawnstars, telling him of things to come. But it's Gaun, with sickle and lantern, that's come to the Deadfire. Our god's returned, and he's gonna bring balance to the world. He's gonna right all the wrongs we have suffered. Gaun will bring a new beginning for all of us when that hour comes.
I don't know if it's what you think will be happening, but we're looking for someone. She may have been through here years back.
We receive followers of the Shining God every day. You might want to speak with Nordegand over there.
She points to her right.
She's been here the longest, and takes care to know everyone of our faith.
Okay, farewell. Guess we'll speak to Nordegand then.
Yeah, right.